Do you ever feel like you notice things before anyone else does? Psychology suggests this is not random. The shift in someone's tone, the energy in a room, the moment something suddenly feels off, while other people move through situations without thinking much about it, your brain picks up on details that most people completely miss. And over time, that can make you feel very different from everyone else. Psychology says people who notice what others miss often process information at a much deeper level. Most people rely on what is obvious. They listen to the words, they react to what is directly in front of them, and then they move on. But some people do something very different. Their brain keeps reading underneath the surface. They notice how something is said, not just what is said. They notice what changed, what feels off, what does not match. And this is why they often sense things before other people even realize something is happening. In psychology, this is closely connected to pattern recognition. The brain is constantly scanning for signals, connections, and inconsistencies in behavior. People who notice what others miss often build stronger mental maps of how people act, speak, and react. So when something small changes, they detect it almost instantly. A pause feels different, a smile feels forced, a room feels heavier than usual. And even when nobody says anything, they can feel that something is there. But here is what most people do not realize. This ability is also closely linked to intelligence. Not just logical intelligence, but emotional and social intelligence too. Because your brain is not only collecting information, it is organizing it, connecting it, and trying to understand what it means in real time. That is why people like this often see the truth before others do. Not because they are imagining things, but because they are processing more. And that can be a powerful advantage. They often read people well. They sense dishonesty faster. They understand unspoken tension. They pick up on emotions that other people ignore. But this ability also has a cost, because when your brain notices more, it also carries more. While others move on quickly, your mind keeps processing. You replay the conversation. You think about the tone. You wonder what that look meant. You keep feeling the energy long after the moment is over. And because of that, people who notice what others miss often feel mentally exhausted after social situations. Not because they are weak, not because they are overreacting, but because their brain has been processing far more than everyone else in the room. And this is where people get it wrong. They call it overthinking. But a lot of the time, it is not overthinking. It is over-awareness. It is a mind that notices deeply, feels quickly, and connects patterns automatically. And once you understand that, everything starts to make more sense. Because the goal is not to stop noticing. The goal is to stop believing that everything you notice needs your energy. When you learn that, this ability becomes much easier to manage. And what once felt overwhelming starts to become one of your biggest strengths. So if you have ever felt like you notice things nobody else seems to catch, it may not be your imagination. Your mind may simply be wired to see more, understand more, and feel more than most people around you. And that, when handled the right way, can become one of the most valuable psychological advantages a person can have.